Hello friends, this is Raj Sastry from Raj Option Trading. Today is January 4, 2022. Let's talk about Matterport. Matterport is into Metaverse, as many of you might be knowing. It's one of the new players in the market and doing a good job. So let's jump in and look at Matterport here. As you can see here, an image from their website. You can really look at the building and plan for it by looking at their cameras and their software. So that's a intriguing play. And as you know, Metaverse is catching fire. This could be a good one here. Stock is beaten down big time. Let's jump in and see if it's worth buying here. So with that, let's jump in and get started. So we look at company overview, competitive landscape, review a few charts, look at the financial summary and stock performance, and let's do a final verdict. Can you buy this stock now or should you wait? So with that, let's jump in. So from a competitive landscape perspective, as you can scan through here, we got big players here. We got Cloudflare, which many of you know. It's a very high octane stock. It's been dropping off late with the high octane stocks going down. Look, it's even today it dropped 8.9% here, mainly because it's got a little bit high price to sales ratio, 60. Wall Street does not like high price to sales ratio stocks at this moment. That's why stock came down here. And then we got here Matterport, as you can see here. Matterport is a low price stock, as you can see here, just $18.22, and this is also a high price to sales ratio here, 51, and it does not have any a profit margin yet. Net margin is negative, something similar to Cloudflare but in a bigger magnitude. And they don't have debt, as you can see, a very low debt. So stock is down big time. Look, down 7.1% in one day, and in 1 month it's down 36%. So Wall Street at this time does not like these high valuation stocks. That's why Matterport is going down, as you can see here. And then we got one of my favorite here, Unity Software. It's a great play when it comes to Metaverse. They have the operating system and the software that can help any company to go and do Metaverse. As you can see here, we got the price to sales ratio 37, which is not as rich as Cloudflare and Matterport here, but a little rich for current stock market. That's why it's also dropping big time. Look, Unity software has been dropping since last 1 month here. So I would say, if you are a long-term investor, you could slowly start buying some of these names here. It could be painful in the beginning, but don't buy too much quantity, but buy slowly, just nibble, as we say, and take it from there. And then you got Snap. As many of you know, Snap is a great company. It's also dropping, as you can see here. Snap also has got a little higher PS ratio, but not too high relative to other companies here. It's one of the lowest. So it's also a great company. It's good to slowly start nibbling some Snap also here. On the other hand, we got Umbrella here. Umbrella is a pretty hot stock, as many of you know. It's into semiconductor industry here, and as you can see here, it's got a little higher PS ratio here. But I would probably wait a little bit to buy Umbrella. And then you got few more here like Fastly, Roblox, and so on and so forth. Keep watching at the price to sales ratio here. Fastly has got a little bit lower price to sales ratio, whereas Himax has got even lower. That could be a good one to slowly nibble. And then you got a few more like Roblox and NVDA. So NVDA is a great play here. It's into Metaverse. I think Jetson Wong, who is the CEO, he's big into Metaverse. They are a they're a basically a player. They will provide semiconductors and some artificial intelligence. They're a picks and shovel type play here. It's a good stock here right now. Price to sales ratio is 31. I'll be slowly nibbling this stock. Also, it's a great long-term play. And then you got Zoom Video. It was a hit last year in 2020. It was a big hit, but now it's though it does not know where to go here, I would probably wait a little bit on Zoom, let them figure things out. Their acquisition did not play out with the Cloud9, so they're in a wait and watch type mode here. On the other hand, Facebook is a great play here. I would be a buyer of Facebook here. Look, Facebook has a low price to sales ratio, just 9 here. It's a I think we should take advantage of a drop in Facebook and buy Facebook slowly. Mark Zuckerberg is investing heavily into Metaverse, as many of you know here. I think he will do the right thing here. And last but not least, we got AVID. AVID is also a good play into Metaverse. Stock has been stalling off late. It does not. Let's see here. Price to sales ratio is very slow here. You could buy this one also slowly and go from there. On Avid, as you can see here, volume is very low, so it does not. It's not very liquid like other names here. That's why if you want to wait on this, you could. There are other names which are much better, as you can see here. So with that, let's jump in and look at some of these names here and go from there. Let's review the chart here for a few of these names and see what we can see here. So Matterport, as you can see here, stock is dropping big time, as you can see here, from $37 at its peak. Right now it's about $18 or so. So this is why, Wall Street does not like these high octane stocks here. That's why it's coming down. On the balance, volume is also coming down. So if you're a long-term buyer and if you're a long-term time frame, you can slowly start accumulating some Matterport here. They have got some great relationships and some great clients. I'm sure they can weather this storm here. I think it's a good one for long-term play. And then you got Avid here. Avid, as you can see, is struggling a little bit. It's in a trading range, as you can see here. I would be, probably wait and watch mode here on this one. You could slowly buy some and go from there. It's got a good on the balance volume here, so that's a good thing for Avid here. I think there are folks buying, but as we saw earlier, volume is very low for Avid. That's why you could pass this up and go after other names here. And then you got Roblox here. Roblox was a hot shot stock last year. It's dropping big time, as you can see here. On the balance, volume is also stabilizing at this time. I think it's okay to slowly buy this one. No need to rush here. This might even touch the 200-day moving average, but let's wait a little bit on this one. No need to hurry. It's again, as you can see here, RSI is 40. I think it's okay to buy slowly, but no need to rush. And then you got one of my favorite here, NVDA. NVDA, as you can see here, it's in a tight trading range. As you can see here, it's in this box right here, trying to bounce off its 25-day moving average. It's a great long-term play here. As of now, as you can see here, on the balance, volume is trying to struggle here, trying to see where to go here. At this time, I'm slowly buying NVIDIA. NVIDIA hardly comes down like this. Look, RSI is 45. Just a month ago, it was around 70 or so. That's why it's good to buy NVIDIA slowly as it comes down. I think it's a great long-term play. So with that, let's jump in here. Look at next set of stocks here. So next we got few more high octane stocks here. First is Cloudflare. It's again very high valuation stock. Look, stock is going down big time, but as you can see here, on the balance, volume is flattening out. This tells you it's a great buying opportunity in Cloudflare here. If you're a long-term investor, I think probably we should ignore some of these day-to-day noise in Wall Street and slowly accumulate some Cloudflare here. I'm sure you will do very good here. It's got a legendary leader on top. I think they will do very nicely. And then you got Facebook here. Facebook is one of my favorite plays in the Metaverse area. This company will do very well. They're investing heavily in Metaverse. They want to rule Metaverse. Look here, stock is trying to go higher. On the balance, volume is bouncing off here. This is one of the stronger players in the Metaverse. I would be a buyer of Facebook at these levels here. And then we got here apps or digital turbine. As you can see here, this stock is trying to decide where to go. As you can see, it had a nice bounce from the lower levels here. On the balance, volume is stabilizing here. So at this time, it may be okay to slowly buy some apps I think probably let it come down a little bit. As you can see here, RSI is 53. Right now it's 48 here. I think it's okay to slowly buy some apps here, Digital Turbine, and go from there. It might drop down a little bit. I would say, buy slowly, no need to hurry and buy a lot of quantity. And then we got one of my favorite here, Unity Software. As you can see, our stock is dropping off big time here. But when the stock is dropping, look what's happening to on the balance volume. It's going higher. That's really a divergence here. That's a positive divergence. So folks are buying Unity software here, even though stock is dropping. That's a great sign here. I'm a buyer of Unity software here. Look, RSI 31 tells the stock is sold off. So I would be a buyer in Unity software. It's a great stock here. So with that, let's jump in here and look at a few more details. So Matterport, as you look through the background here, we got impressive company here. They got a very good addressable market, 240 billion plus addressable market here. And it's a clear market leader in the digital transformation of the built world. This is what they call it, built world. You can picture the world and then you can build the world. So their software, their lidar sensors, I think they will do well. You can imagine how you want to build your world, and then go ahead and build it. And they got nice software platform here and the data platform, a lot of expansion opportunities, and they got a lot of blue chip customers in various sectors. We'll look into them in a little more detail. And they're rapidly growing and they got good leadership. So with that, overall investment thesis checks out here. Company doing the right thing. And as you look through here, they got a nice subscriber growth, as you can see here. 6x subscriber growth. That's a good one here. And they got a lot of space under management here, 100x times rest of the market. So it looks like they're growing nicely, as you can see here. Nice run rate from a revenue perspective. A lot of square foot captured and 150 plus countries. Looks like they're doing the right thing here. And look here, from a subscriber growth perspective, I like this clip here. They're growing the subscriber growth nicely, as you can see here, and they're also growing their space under management very nicely here. That's a good clip here. Right now, company is not making money, but as you look through these projections here and these numbers, which are real numbers, they can really execute well, and they can really capture the market and be the leader there. So with that, let's jump in here, look at a few more details. As you look through here, they're in various segments here, starting from hospitality, they're into commercial, industrial, corporate, retail, you name it, they're there. They're looking at various types of use cases, starting from repair, design, and various use cases like build, promote, and so on and so forth. So companies really capturing new segments and operating in all these segments here. I think Metaverse is going to be the future, and this company can play a huge part in the Metaverse. So with that, let's jump in here and look at the global customer base. As you look through here, all this in the real estate, look, we got Redfin, Century 21, Remax, JLL, all marquee premier customers here. They are all clients of of Matterport here, and they're into various countries here, 150 plus countries, and we got various companies who are clients of this company here. And we got Airbnb and Hyatt and various hospitality companies, repair and insurance, and we got industrial companies like Georgia Pacific, LinkedIn, and so on and so forth. So overall, I think they're doing well here. They captured already 13% Fortune 1000 companies. And the revenue itself is not locked in one customer here. Its concentration is less in any single customer. That's always a good story here. So with that, let's jump in here and look at a few more details here. As you look here, Matterport stock price is around. Actually, stock price is not this. Stock price is much less. It's around $18 or so. I would ignore this one for now. But let's look at the chart here. Stock price is around $18, as you can see here. Stock has been going down off rate, as you can see here. At this time, I would say you should trade carefully. If you're a long-term buyer, you should buy this company here and hold it for a long time. There will be some short-term pain here, but long-term company is going to do well. As you look here from a news perspective, they are powering new experiences in retail and consumers, and they receive some best company culture award. I think overall they're doing nicely here, and they also have a moderate buy rating here. There are two analysts saying hold here. So again, ignore the stock price and the market cap here. I think probably these two are not right. Stock price is $18 right now. It's falling. So with that, let's jump in here and get started. So as you look through the price target here, analysts are expecting price target to be around $34 to $38 in next 12 months or so. That's about maybe 50% or so more than the current stock price here. So that's a very good price target for this stock here. Even though right now there is a short-term pain in the market, it may be okay to slowly step in and buy some MTTR Matterport and position yourself for the metaverse future that we're going to have. So with that, let's jump in here and look at the company leadership here. From a leadership perspective, we got RJ Pittman, he's the chairman of the company here. I think he seems to be doing the right thing here. As you can see here, he's got over 25 years of experience. He was with various companies like eBay, Apple, Google. Looks like he got relevant experience in the leadership position in various high-tech companies here. That tells you he's the right guy at the top here. And he was also in various companies before. He was at eBay. He was a chief product officer here, and he was also in various companies. He also co-founded various startups. So looks like he has what it takes to lead the company. And from a approval rating perspective, he's got 81% approval rating here. That's a very good rating for a CEO here in a fairly new company with just 20 ratings so far. So I say, leadership checks out here. Mr. Pittman he's got what it takes. He's got the relevant experience. So with that, let's jump in here and look here. We got various ETFs holding this company. One of the big one is really around Meta. Meta is a ETF with all these metaverse type names here. They got a sizable $13.43 million dollars per share here. And look, we got various other ETFs here. IRBO here, nice holding. They got around 3 million or so here. And we've got various other companies, other ETFs here holding nice chunks here. A couple of $1 million worth of shares in many of these ETFs here. So overall, that tells you all these ETFs, they know Metaverse is going to be the future. They're buying Matterport and holding it as you go forward. I think it's a good play with stock going down. It gives us the opportunity to slowly step into Matterport and go from there. All right, so let's look at a little more deep dive into Matterport here. From a deep dive perspective, as you can see here, earnings per share is going higher, but we are not in the territory of making money yet. It's still a money losing company, as you can see here. But the good news is they're losing less money. That's always good. From a sales perspective, nice clip. I like this. They are improving their top line. They're capturing the subscriber. They're doing nicely. Shares outstanding is constant so far, which is a good news. It's again a SPAC merger, as many of you know here, which is one of the good SPAC. We'll see how it goes. There may be some unlock coming up. We'll see how it goes. But right now, its shares outstanding is constant. That's a good news here. Quarterly revenue is in a good trajectory here. I think that's a good news here. They have a little bit drop back in 930 quarter here. I think they also gave some soft guidance. That's why stock tumbled. But overall, they're doing okay from a quarterly revenue perspective. And they're spending big bucks on the R&D, which is very much required in this space. It's a white space. You got to prove yourself as a leader. That's why they're spending a lot of money in research and development. Quarterly net income is trending in the wrong direction, as you can see here, which is okay for these early stage companies. That's one of the reasons stock is going down here. All these high valuation companies are going down, as you can think about. So with that, from a number perspective, annual number from a top line checks out here. Revenue also top line quarterly checks out here. They're spending good money, all good here. I think if they can control their expenses a little more and grow positive income and positive earnings, that will be a great step forward. So with that, let's jump in here and look at a few more details. They just had one quarter under their belt here. It's a $19 company right now. I mean, it's even a little bit lower now with the drop, and about $4.7 billion market cap. Look, it's not a pretty picture. As you can see here, stock is, as you can see here, earnings per share is negative. There is no earnings right now. They do have some good cash. That's a positive here. And gross margin is great. It's 51%. But operating margin, net margin, they're all negative. Spending good money on R&D, which is good. Nothing to brag about here. Company is a early startup company. We have to give it a couple more quarters to really prove their worth. So with that, let's jump in here and look at a few more details on the performance. As you look through performance here, last year they were done about 2.25% performance here, not too much. They were not there for the entire year. It's a new IPO. And as you look through monthly performance here, it's been a bloodbath since last 2 months here. Their quarterly earnings and stock dropped big time here. Stock came down big time, and they had a nice bump here in 21st of October. In November they had a nice bump here. So at this time, because Wall Street is shying away from high growth, high valuation names, this stock is also getting punished. It could be okay to slowly buy. As you can see here, even though the stock dropped big time, volume is picking up here. There may be some long-term buyers stepping in, as you can see here. So it's one of the highest volumes, as you can see here. It's been not doing so great volume. I mean, there is good volume when the stock is going higher, as you can see here. But I think volume is picking up, which is a good story here. And from weekly performance here, we got last 2 weeks got clobbered big time here. That's why it's okay to slowly step in here and buy some Matterport here and position yourself for Metaverse future that we are going to have. And from a daily performance perspective, in the new year, this company is not having good time, as you can see here, jumping, pulling back big time. I think if you're a long-term investor, try to have a small position in this company and slowly build onto it. So with that, let's jump in here and look at a few more details. All right, now we are stepping into technical details here. As you look through here, stock is dropping big time. It's around $18 or so right now. And look, RSI is dropping. That tells you momentum is down right now. Implied volatility, IV rank is around 72, which is very high. So if you are a options person, if you want to buy the stock anyways, this could be a time to sell some put options underneath the stock price, maybe say around $15 or so. If it comes to that price, you can buy the stock. That's one of the good way to buy some stock. You can sell some put option underneath and then buy it if it comes to your level. And from a DMI perspective, look, red line going up and blue line going down. That tells you right now, it's a completely bearish type market here. That's the best time to buy some stocks slowly and accumulate. And volume average perspective is going down, as you can see here, and smart money is slowly going into the stock. The check-in money flow wants to go higher. That's a good sign here. Early stage, I think at this time it's completely bearish. You could slowly step into this stock. When the stock is on sale, it's good to buy slowly and accumulate. So with that, let's jump in here and look at the option chain. From an option chain perspective, as you can see, a stock is at $17 and all-time high is $37. There is a 50% type increase here. It can easily go when the market stabilizes. As you see here, price is around 17.99, around 17.5 strike price call option here. We got a lot of call options traded. and we have more call options traded at $20 and $25. So that tells you a lot of people are really positioning themselves and buying some high price call options at 25, even at 30, 35. There is some nice open position here. Folks are really, betting the stock will go higher. That's why they're buying higher price, strike price call options here. On the put option side here, as we look through here, open interest is there, but no way compared to the call open interest here. Call open interest is much higher. That tells you there are more people buying call options and betting Matterport will go higher. That's a bullish sentiment. So with that, let's jump in here and look at a few more details here. All right, so now we are looking at the option statistics here. Looking at the option statistics, as you can see here, we got a lot of call volume here, 14,000 call contracts traded. On the put side of the house, it's just 7,000. So that makes the put call ratio around 0.5. Anytime it's below 1, that tells you there are more people buying call options than put options. That's the positive news. That tells you in the options market, folks are betting the stock will go higher. So with that, let's jump in here and look at a performance of some of these players here and go from there. As you see here, we got some of these players here, and let's look through this here. So look, we got at the top, we got Facebook or Meta, one of my favorite play here. They are a rock solid company, as you can see here. They're performing, year in, year out. 2021 did nicely. 2020 again did great. 2019, they have done all along pretty nicely, as you can see here. And then you got NVDA. NVDA is one of my favorite name here. They're into chip, great leader at the top here. They have done great, as you can see here. From a valuation perspective, NVIDIA, as you can see here, is a little bit higher, number 5 score here. It's a valuation rank. The higher the rank, that tells you it's a little more richly valued. Whereas Facebook or Meta, as you can see here, the valuation score is low. That tells you it's it's not a valuation is not a huge one for Meta at this time here. Now we got Matterport, which is the stock that we are going to be talking about. Look, this one, not a pretty picture right now. Valuation is high, in the rank 10 being highest. Right now it's the rank is 9. I think 9 is the highest rank here. That tells you right now from a valuation perspective, Matterport is very expensive. That's the reason Wall Street does not like it. From a finance grade perspective, it gets a C grade. It's not as strong as Facebook and NVIDIA, which is very obvious as you can think about. But they have enough money. That's why they get Altman Z score of 5.6. Anytime Altman Z score is above 3, it's always a good sign. If it is below 1.8, that means company may be facing some bankruptcy type situation here. But company is doing okay. They've just done 2.3% last entire year. They got a lot more room to run, but right now Wall Street does not like these high valuation stocks like Matterport. And then let's look at Avid, which is again a player in this segment here, $31 stock here. Avid, as you can see here, has done great in 2020 and also 2021. It's done great. 80s, 99, 84. That's a good performance here. And as you can see here, PE is 44. PS ratio is just 4. Not richly valued at this time from a PS ratio perspective. It's again a good one to buy slowly into the weakness. Then we got Roblox here. It's a high octane stock, as you can see here. PS ratio 33 here, and profit valuation rank is 6. That suggests it's a little bit high on the valuation side here. And they got a lot of money here. They've done about 59% last year. Now they are a little bit faltering. Finance perspective, grade C here, and growth perspective, C grade again. and profit perspective in rank 7, which is not great from a profitability. At this time, I would say, if you want to buy Roblox, buy slowly, let it come down. Given it's got a little bit higher price to sales ratio, I would say slowly step into it as it comes down. And then you got Cloudflare, one of my favorite stock here. As you can look through here, it's got a higher price to sales ratio, but it also has a nice financials, a grade B here, growth grade A. I think it's a great one to have a long-term view and buy slowly into the weakness. I'm sure Wall Street will wake up one day and these high octane stocks will start going higher. And from a valuation perspective, as you can expect here, the grade A, rank 8 here, which is richly valued at this time here. They got a lot of money. That's why Altman Z score is 8 here. I think they've done nicely in 2021 as well as 2020. And finally, we got apps here, a digital turbine. Many of you know this company very well. As you see here, this company has done great last few years from a performance perspective. Last 2 years, it's struggling a little bit. It's again a good long-term play here. You could buy this. Only issue is it's also richly valued. From a PS ratio perspective, it's 9, not too richly valued actually. We should not look at PE ratio for these companies. Instead, focus on PS ratio, which is not too bad here. And finally, we got Unity Software, which is one of my favorite. I think it's also great stock here. They've done about a negative 9.7% in 2021, and they got a PS ratio of 37, which is very richly valued here. I think that's why it's good to buy these names here because they're richly valued. Wall Street is punishing them at this time. It's okay to slowly buy some of these names here. Don't buy too much, buy slowly as they make their way down. At some point, they will start going higher pretty quickly. So with that, you might wonder, what should I do with my Matterport at this time? We looked at the technical analysis, fundamental analysis. Look, as you see here, their subscriber growth is more than doubling here. They got a lot of subscriber. They have about 15 million or so subscription revenue, up 36%. So that tells you their top line is growing, their customer base is growing. That's always a good story. And they're also going with their Android capture strategy here. They're doing very well, and they got this Pro 2 camera. They're selling over 100 million of hardware. That's all good here. They're capturing the market very nicely. And they also have this groundbreaking announcement here. They want to they have a support for iPhones and iPads, and with Apple's new LiDAR sensor. That tells you this company knows how to partner with bigger players like Apple. That's always the good news here. And then we got here, they also have Matterport Plus high precision enterprise LiDAR capture solution. That's a good play here. It's simply game changing, as you can see here. And they're also partnering with the Amazon AWS here to expand into AWS government cloud. That's a good story. Look, there are two nice partnerships. There is a Apple partnership here with iPhone, iPad. There's a Amazon partnership here, and they're also doing something with the Android that tells you they got some Google partnership here. So I think overall the company, even though it's a smaller company, there is a bright future. They're partnering nicely. And after the earnings call on November 4, they gave a little bit not so great guidance. That's why stock slumped here after cutting the revenue outlook here. I would say there is a great future for these metaverse here. This company Matterport is a great player. I would recommend buying on pullbacks slowly and accumulate a nice position and go from there. So with that, thank you very much. Happy investing and trading. Please subscribe.